Welcome back to another episode of the Canadian Watch Monkey. And today I'm going to be talking about my favorite brand, which is Zenith. And the watch I'm about to show you is a very special one to me. And I did a lot of research before buying it and learning the history of Zenith, in particular, the El Primero movement and the significance of it, and basically how that movement saved the company when Rolex came knocking on their door wanting a movement to put into their Rolex Daytona. Now, and they've been using that movement, Rolex, since about 2000. And if it wasn't for the El Primero movement, the Zenith Daytona wouldn't have existed, or probably would have existed, but who knows in what kind of configuration. But I'm going to show you the watch now that I have. I've got actually a couple Zenith El Primeros. This by far is my favorite, and in my humble opinion, it's one of the nicest looking chronographs made. And here it is here. I don't know if you guys can see that clearly or not. And this one here was made in the mid 1990s, and it hasn't been serviced, and it's in its original condition. Now I've changed the strap out. I do have the original bracelet for this watch, but the problem is the bracelet looks dated. It looks like a 1990s kind of bracelet. It's a very high quality. Just I thought it would look better on this sailcloth. And by the way, this cloth strap here is made by Artem. And if you haven't experienced Artem sailcloth straps, you're missing out. It's really good. And the couple things that I want you to know about the watch too is that it is a 40 millimeter, and it's not very thick for a chronograph. And it's just wears so nice. Compared to the Panerai. The Panerai here is huge. That's a 45 millimeter watch. I'm going to pop that off my wrist so you can see what the Zenith El Primero Rainbow looks like on wrist. And again, for those of you that are new to my channel, I have about a 7-inch wrist. So there you have it there. Now, in my opinion, this is a perfect fit for a 7-inch wrist. It fits very comfortably. I like to wear my watches a little bit loose too, for those of you that know me. I don't like that snug feeling. It kind of makes, I don't know, my wrist kind of feel claustrophobic, kind of in a way, so to speak. But yeah, if you start delving into Zenith, you'll quickly understand that they are, I would say, one of the top watch brands out there, period. They've won hundreds, if not thousands, of awards over the years, and they were established back in the 1800s. So they've been around for a very long time. Now, the pivotal point came when the quartz crisis occurred. A lot of the watch companies out there actually wound up closing their doors, going bankrupt or whatever. And Zenith didn't go bankrupt, but what they did do is they went to quartz watches, and they decided they were bought up by another company, and they decided to destroy all the machines and all the dies and tooling and instructions, and get completely away from mechanical watches. They thought it was done. Thankfully, there was a gentleman that worked for Zenith by the name of Charles Vermont, and he is considered the kind of the savior of Zenith, because he knew, or he felt that the automatic or mechanical watches would come back one day. And boy, was he right. And I'm so thankful for what he had done with his brother. So he was instructed to destroy all the equipment, all the plans, all the dies, machinery, everything. But what he did was he decided to take all the equipment, the dies, the parts, everything, and he hid it in one of the 17 buildings that Zenith had owned, in one of the attics, and he put a brick wall up so it was hidden, and as far as Zenith knew, it was gone. And I'm going to be posting a couple of really great videos about this story, and I think you'll find it quite interesting at the least, and moving possibly. And for me, it was actually quite moving, because as you see Charles Vermont talking about this, especially when Rolex came knocking on their door saying that they heard that he had kept some of this machinery, and that you could see him kind of welling up with emotion, and tears came in his eyes as he's talking about this. He had so much passion about the Zenith El Primero and the brand. But anyways, enough of that stuff. What I'm going to be doing is showing you some close-ups of the watch, in particular my rainbow, which was made in the 1990s, mid to late 1990s. And I'll be putting in a time graph or two just to show you how accurate this watch has remained, and it hasn't been serviced. It's incredible. Just a testament to how well these watches are made. Anyway, I'm going to flip the camera around now, and we'll get the watch up close and on the time grapher for you guys. All right, so here we have my Zenith El Primero Rainbow. This is dating back to the early 2000s. And this is running the 400 movement. And I just want to show you how it runs on the time grapher. Okay, and this is the El Primero 400 series. I've already checked online too to make sure I got the right lift angle, which is 52 degrees. And it's auto detect for the beat rate. And let's just hit this. We'll test it in a few positions and let's see how this does. All right, let's put the volume on too. Okay, so we've got the sound there for you guys. So it's 36,000 beats per hour. This is a high beat rate movement, which gives a greater timing accuracy in that. You can see the beat error is at 0 milliseconds. The amplitude is right now at 246. So I'll just give it a minute to kind of set in or settle down, and we'll see what kind of numbers it's going to put up. Okay, so you can see right now it's between -3 and -1 seconds per day, which is extremely good for a watch that has not been serviced for many years, since the watch was basically made. All right, let's try another angle here, just so you can see here. And you can see that the angle of the watch isn't making a large difference. You can see the amplitude dropped slightly. Okay, of course, again, it takes a few moments for the watch to settle in that new position. Okay, so -8. Just keep watching it for a bit longer. I don't want to bore you guys to death. Okay, so let's call it -8 in this position. Now we'll try crown up and we'll see how that does. A lot of things can affect the accuracy of the watch too. Of course, the angle of the watch, the temperature, the state of wind. I did make sure that the watch was wound up. So again, we're back to beat error of 0, and the amplitude is still consistent at 248 degrees. And you can see it likes this position a little bit better. It's at -3 seconds a day. So for a watch that's this old, it's pretty incredible. And then we'll try one last position. We'll go face down. Okay, so we've got it in the face down position now. Just gonna show you guys that it is face down. Okay. And again, not bad. looks like we're running at minus, it's even getting better. So keep in mind, anytime you move the watch, it takes, I'd say almost a good 30 seconds for it to settle down back to where it's going to be consistent. So face down, we're running at -2. So in my world, guys, this is extremely accurate for a watch, especially of this age that hasn't been serviced. Are you kidding me? Again, right now we're -2, -1, -1. So yeah, those are great numbers. So this watch is not really needing any service at all, even after all these years. I'm just going to pop it off here and just let you take another look at the watch here. Personally speaking, for me anyways, I think this is one of the best looking chronographs ever made, period. And for those of you, I think I've already mentioned it anyways, it shared the same movement as the Rolex Daytona. Of course, Rolex modified it a bit. They slowed the beat rate down. They took away the date, and Rolex calls those upgrades. I don't, but I know they did a few other things too, quite a few other things. But anyways, it was the El Primero movement used in the Daytona up until 2000. And what a fabulous watch. If you guys can find one of these in the sub $5,000 range, I would highly recommend it. They're that good. You want to try to get one if you can that's been serviced. This one here is very clean and very original. Not messed with at all. I bought from a person that I actually know and have dealt with for quite a while. So I know the watch is very legit. So there you go. You know what? While I'm doing this, I'm just going to unscrew the crown here and here so you can see what the stopwatch function looks like when it's running. So very positive click. And you can see how smooth that hand runs. Actually, I'm just going to zoom in a little bit more for you guys. I'll try to keep my hand as steady as I can. Just a beautiful watch. Absolutely stunning, guys. Sorry about all the fingerprints. Okay, and of course, this one isn't a flyback. It's just your standard chronograph. So to stop it, you would push this button. And then to reset it, you would push this and it'll just snap right back. So nice and smooth. Again, my love for Zenith is unquestionable and undeniable. For those that know me, I always speak very, very highly of the Zenith brand, and the history behind it is incredible. Yeah, I can't say enough good things about Zenith. So anyway, that was my Zenith El Primero Rainbow, dating back into the early 1990s, unserviced, and still putting up great numbers on the time grapher. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'll be doing another review of the Zenith El Primero. And yeah, that's it. If you found this interesting, please like and subscribe. It's much appreciated. Take care.